And that was the other thing that I noticed about that. He'd been this egotistical jerk, glutton, and everything else. And he went to the bottom. And it was almost like he had a revelation. And this is in the book, Music for the King. There's a sequence when he's writing the Hallelujah chorus, and he's just finished it. And in the book, he's shouting, and it's in the middle of the night, and he's shouting, and the servant comes downstairs, like thinking, what's going on? He's in a panic that he thought the master was having a stroke or something like that. He went into his room, and the reports from that day, the tears were coming down his cheeks. And he said, John, that was the name of the servant. He said, John, I think that I have been to heaven and seen the very face of God myself. So he had some kind of an experience in the writing of that piece that totally changed his life. Today you'd probably call it a conversion experience, but he'd been a nominal Christian. He went to church. He was a nice guy. He was a good, faithful Christian. He probably gave his money or whatever. He did all the things that he was supposed to do as a Christian gentleman in society of that day. But it wasn't there. He wasn't that way at all. He was an egotistical glutton, jerk. And now, all of a sudden, something changed. Because thereafter, he became a much, the letters that are written that we read about, he became a much more generous man. He gave away all of his rights to the music. He became involved in a children's home, a children's hospital in London. And he gave them the rights. And they still own the rights to this day. So every time an orchestra in Toronto or New York or Washington or Tokyo, every time Messiah is played, royalties get paid back. They still own the rights to that music. And that's what supports that children's home today. This is a man who had tasted poverty. One would think that he'd want to, hey, I got a hit here. I'm going to build up my own personal finances. But instead, he was giving away stuff. And he left all that, he left money to this one and that one and the other one, his servants, everybody. He became a changed man. And I think that's another aspect.